And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to wanna be the Metamorphosis. I think my camera is not properly placed. I think it should be fine there. Not that much of a difference anyways. But here we are with a boss fight that has been taking a pretty long time and I still haven't finished. And it's a little bit sad because it doesn't even look like a hard boss fight, but we're getting destroyed. So yeah, none other than Lucky Tomb. I'm just gonna go right into it basically because this is gonna take a long time, probably. So yeah, I mean I already took a long time yesterday, so I expect it to take a long time here as well. It really is gonna be way more complex than I expected and way more complex than I wanted to. But it's okay. He will eventually have to die, right? At least I will expect that he will eventually die. The real issue is the very last attack, which apparently he does something out of the ordinary, and I don't like it. And I'm not really sure how to dodge it. But yeah, we will see that. Before getting to the last attack, we have to do all of this. So we have time. The worst part is that the last attack isn't even close to the hardest part of the fight. But you know, it's still tough. But you know, long boss fights like this are pretty much the epitome of adventure games in I Wanna Be the Guy. It's hard to have an I Wanna Be the Guy game that doesn't have at least one long-ass boss fight, right? Well, though when I think about it, I don't really remember Domu boss fights being, you know, long. Unless you count the final avoidance as a boss fight, but that wasn't really a boss fight. But in any case, yeah, the fights are usually pretty long. I mean, at least one of the fights in an adventure I Wanna Be the Guy game is gonna be long. Obviously, it also depends on how skilled the player that plays it is, but you know, it's mostly about the factors that play in the fight. So a heavy RNG fight like this one can be pretty long, because no matter how much you play it, every fight is gonna be different. So it's not about being able to memorize, it's more about being able to properly react. This is basically the hardest attack of the fight. So if you clear this avoidance, you have a pretty big chance of actually beating the fight. But yeah. Funnily enough, I still haven't figured out if the avoidance is supposed to be static or if it is RNG. I honestly have no clue. I think I mean, if it was a static, I will believe I will find out by now that it's actually static, right? Like, maybe I will find out by now that it's a static, but I still have my doubts, which is why I'm struggling so much, because if it was a static, I think I will have already started trying to memorize it. But it really doesn't feel static at times, and some other times it does feel static. I honestly don't know which one it is. Then again, if it is indeed static, it's not like it's too useful if you can figure out the pattern. So might as well be RNG, right? And apparently one of my viewers that is pretty good at I Wanna Be the Guy had trouble with this fight. I honestly don't see it being that hard. I just feel like there is a pretty heavy RNG factor that can pretty much destroy you because it takes you by surprise. The patterns themselves though, like it seems that well, for example there, I got extremely unlucky because the turtles got stuck basically forming a spike barrier that didn't let me land. So the RNG is a big factor, but at the same time the patterns themselves are not that hard, right? Because there are fights where you can have hard patterns and RNG, and if that's the case, it's probably gonna be a really hard fight to beat. But in this case, it's only about RNG, so in theory it shouldn't be that bad. And again, I still feel like the hardest thing about this is that avoidance section. All of this is, you know, pretty tame in comparison to that avoidance, I think. Wow, see, that's something that I don't understand. How did I not hit him there? It doesn't make sense that I didn't hit him. Like, I missed, and I was shooting. I don't think I was shooting that slowly. I don't know. Well, obviously, if I actually watch the replay, it will be probably way more clear. But as I saw it right there, I don't think I should have missed, but I missed. So there is also that. If you miss one of those shots, it's not an instant loss. It's not an instant loss because you kind of have to survive one more wave. But you know, surviving one more wave can be pretty hard to do. Maybe what I have to do to make sure I don't miss any shot is like start shooting when he's right at my same height, but by doing that I run the risk of shooting late. And if I shoot late, it's not about getting lucky or not, it's about, you know, you miss the shot. That's getting unlucky again. That's getting unlucky. I guess that's why Yami was so pissed off at this fight. It really seems like the RNG is really noticeable. But I don't know, like I feel like when it comes to frustrating fights, and this one is pretty frustrating, but I think I've been against fights that I hated way more than this. At least you can say that this one is creative and does a good job representing the character. I mean, I don't like the character, that's for sure, but it's a good representation of how a boss fight would look like if Lucky 2 was a relevant character. Well, I don't know if Lucky 2 was a boss. I mean, I didn't play Super Mario World where this sprite is from, apparently, but, you know, Lucky 2 in Super Mario Bros, the first game for the NES, was a normal ass enemy. Well, I mean, it was a normal enemy, quote unquote normal, because you couldn't kill him as far as I know, and he was incredibly annoying. but you know, I don't know if he was a boss in a Mario game. Well, I guess that also will explain why Yami doesn't like Touhou at all. The amount of, well, okay, let me correct myself there. It's not like he doesn't like Touhou at all, it's that he prefers not playing it anymore. And it makes sense, Touhou is incredibly RNG based. So I think it's because of that. This fight is too RNG heavy. I personally don't mind having, like, you know, a certain amount of RNG, considering that I play Touhou. RNG is not really an issue for me, but obviously not everyone thinks the same. So Yami might be one of those that prefers having boss fights with little to no RNG, or at least the RNG to be more balanced. I think this is an example of a fight where the RNG is completely unbalanced. Gabi doing my life choice analysis. Well, I mean, it kinda looks like that. I mean, this fight, if you have to point the principal characteristic about this fight, is RNG. Every single attack here is RNG. Well, except for this that is aimed at you. But even then, the apples that he fires are still RNG. So, yeah, it's like the defining factor of this fight. I like RNG in general anyways. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, who is it going Yami? Yeah, I mean, in general, I understand, but I think your problem with this fight is the amazingly concentrated amounts of RNG. Usually RNG in fights like this, it's a little bit more subtle than this. This is basically the opposite of subtle, subtle or whatever you pronounce that word. So yeah. Again, I still want to find out if this pattern is supposed to be static or RNG, because I'm still not sure what it is. At some point it looks static, and at some other points it doesn't look static anymore. It might be static. I'm not sure, dude. Not sure if this is supposed to be static or not. Well, whatever it is, did it there. Doesn't really mean much, sadly, but... And this is not where I should be. There we go. Alright. Here comes the turtle spam. Whew. And this is the real issue that I wasn't able to figure out yet. See? That's the thing. You might think that that was a joke. That happened 3 times already, and always in the same part. Apparently for that last bounce that he does, he aims at you way more than in any of the other bounces. It's like the room he gives you to dodge is way less. And I don't know how to dodge it. Like, at first I actually thought that I choked and I fucked up, I didn't move fast enough. But I think I'm doing my best and it's still not working. So I don't know what's wrong with that. Like, I'm moving all, like, full speed to the side and he still catches me. So the only thing that is left for me to think is that he's like, he wants me to jump high too. Like, he wants me to be at my highest point in the air while at the same time running at full speed, because otherwise I don't understand what I have to do there. I mean, it's not like you can do much, it's an attack that is aimed. So there aren't many ways to dodge that. It's not like a complex Danmaku that might have multiple routes. That's, you know, the guy appears right below you wherever you are at that moment, so there can be many ways to do that. And with that I mean that there isn't more than one way to do that. So yeah, I'm definitely either missing something, or I really have to be at my highest height to be able to dodge that one. And it's pretty frustrating because it does look like I'm choking. It really looks like a choke. But I swear it's not a choke. I mean, it's really something that has been happening 3 times in a row. Well, in a row I mean in a row that I got to that attack. It's like I didn't die to anything other than that. It's weird. Hopefully I'll be able to dodge it now. Because unless he has a second phase, or well, also known as a third phase, unless he has that, he's done right here. Okay, there we go. Is this a shishi? Oh, I don't like this. Okay, can I please? There we go. Motherfucker is dead. Whew. Alright. Yeah, as I was saying, there was something there that I just had to do. It's not over yet though, not until I get to the save point. There could be traps here for all I know. And there are no traps. She's. Okay, so this is the part where I actually have to go out of full screen, because otherwise this shit doesn't scroll. So give me a second there. Oh, I think, as always, I have to close the game because it doesn't work otherwise, because, yeah, fuck. Okay, let me close the game and reopen it again. God damn it. I really hope there aren't many scrolling screens after this one, because it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass if they are. I wanna be the Metamorphosis. Here you are. But yeah, at least Lucky 2 is dead. That's the important part about this. Lucky 2 being dead. Alright, there we go. I mean, I should have defeated him yesterday, just that I couldn't finish him off. Okay, so now that fuckface, I wonder if Rayman is the 5th one. That silhouette kinda looked like Rayman. I'm not sure. So as you can see, yes, I know it's the OBS capture is small, but that's just for this stage selection. So as you can see, the world here is the 8-bit world. So I'm gonna go here real quick. And there we are. I'm really curious of this level, I gotta say. Let me put this in big. There we go. So this is an 8-bit world that has 8-bit music, as expected. This is honestly the stage that I was looking forward the most, because I like 8-bit things. As you can see, even the graphics are going back to 8 bits. Well, and thankfully the music doesn't stop when you die. Wonder if you want me to do that corner jump? No, because I don't have an additional jump. Okay. Huh. Motherfucker. Doesn't seem like... Oh, maybe you want me to move left instead of moving right. That will make sense, or more sense at least. No, because it doesn't let me move while I'm going up in the air. So this is something different. I wonder what though, because it doesn't seem like I can move that much. I mean, in order to do this gauge jump, I have to waste my double jump here. The real question is what after that, because it doesn't seem like I can do much there. Again, I cannot move while I'm going up. Even though it might look like I can move, no. I absolutely cannot move. So maybe it just wants me to go down again. That might be it. Wow, alright. That looks a little bit... Okay. I think I have to jump... Yeah, dodge to the left. That shit is gonna come back. Or some... Well, I mean, that empty space that you see there is obviously a trap. Okay, you're trying to play 4D chess with me, right? Like, come on. Shit. Okay. See, this is why I like this game. It doesn't make trap obvious. Like, anyone will be like, oh, that empty space is a trap. Really good, really well thought. Oh, that's a trap too. I couldn't even reach there anyways, but... Whoop. Damn it. So, I really wonder because, you know, this stage was in the original, I mean, this background was in the original I Wanna Be the Guy. I wonder from which game it is from. Because I have no idea. Well, in I Wanna Be the Guy it didn't even move. So I really look at that and nothing comes to my mind. Wonder if it was an NES game. I mean, usually when you think of 8-bit in video games, you think about the NES. So maybe it is from the NES. And as I say the other time, I'm really curious about where a lot of these songs are from. But the issue is that if you check that, like if you go to the readme file, you're basically gonna spoil yourself the whole game. But sadly, once I beat a game, I kinda forget that it exists, right? That's the issue. I forget about its existence. Well, I mean, not literally, but I just forget to look the songs that I was interested in. You know. Thankfully, you don't have to Google it. Apparently, the readme do have the credits to every resource used, or at least the songs. There we go. So there is a sign that says caution, and it's pointing to an apple. I wonder why. Are you telling me to not trust the apple? How will I not trust the apple? Huh. I kinda expected that, and at the same time I didn't. I wonder if it's always gonna switch, or if it only switches twice. Something tells me that this is always gonna switch. Like, this is an infinite trap. But if that's the case, is the jump even... Okay, never mind, it's not infinite. Wow. So you have to jump left and then right on that one. It's pretty interesting to note that in this 8-bit world, the very first screen, like, pay attention to this. Look at the screen right now. This first screen of this world, the first one, has 4 saves. Like 4 of them on the first screen. So I think my theory of the worlds being ordered by difficulty seems to make more and more sense. So this will basically be the hardest world, well, before the... Motherfucker. The hardest world before the actual final world, because there is a final war. I mean, there is a sixth boss. I expect that sixth boss that is gonna be like in a final area that you get only when you beat the 4 worlds, just like it usually is in games like this. I mean, that's pretty much the whole point of Mega Man, which is pretty much the game that popularized this format. Every time you beat the 8 Robot Master levels, you just go to the... I was about to say Sigma. Well, it is Sigma in Mega Man X, but you go to the Dr. Wily stages. I really should play... Not the Mega Man X games, because I already played them all. Well, the ones that are worth, I mean. But I should play Mega Man Zero and Mega Man Zero X. I think I don't remember how that one was called. I should be playing those. I feel like they are gonna be a good idea. I mean, there are a lot of fans of those games, and they are pretty niche. Not many people even know they exist. I mean, first of all, not many people even know that Mega Man X is a thing. Much less knowing that Mega Man Zero is a thing, or Mega Man Battle Network, or you know, any other Mega Man game that is not the main series. And I'm interested because I am a Mega Man fan. Like, Mega Man is one of my favorite platforming games ever. So I gotta do it. But, you know, gotta say that when you choose to play a game, sometimes you gotta be cautious. I mean, sure, if you don't like a game, you can choose, you know, stop playing it. But I think when you're a streamer, it's not so easy to just stop playing a game unless you are really not having a good time and you're like, alright, fuck this shit. But sometimes you might not be finding it the most interesting game, but you don't necessarily dislike it. But you know, people that are watching you play it kinda expect you to finish it, right? A lot of times you don't really feel like doing that. That's a huge pain for both the streamer and the viewer. I mean, for the viewer, because not finishing a playthrough, it's a pain in the ass. It's like, why the fuck did I watch all of this if I didn't even finish it? And for the streamer, because, you know, might not feel like playing it anymore. Oh, here we have a Danmaku section. This ain't a Danmaku section. Oh, you're supposed to shoot it. Only the red one, though. Interesting. Wonder how many times. Okay, 5 times. Nice! Alright. That was pretty necessary. God damn it. Wow. Barely got killed by that one. So it's 5 hits, it's 1 more and it wasn't enough. Damn it. Now, the issue with that spike that explodes is that, I mean, you can pretty easily dodge the spike, but I don't think you can dodge the explosion. I mean, if I remember correctly, the explosion took the whole screen last time. So I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do there. Maybe it's aim. If it's aim, you should have to redirect it. I forgot that they do an animation before getting off the screen, damn it. Now you gotta really give it to the people that made these tunes in the NES era. Like being able to basically do music with the bare minimum and still make good sounding music. It's something that it's pretty hard to do. Because it's music that most of the times it sounds it melodically sounds good, and you know, had to deal with so many limitations. Because not only the fact that obviously the sounds that you could make were limited, but also the fact that the NES, like the same sound effects used for the music were the sound effects used for everything else. So a lot of times there were channels that were busy. Alright. Cool. I guess I was supposed to go down here. What happens if I try to go down here now? I guess that jump is impossible. I think maybe... Oh, it's because it's the spike that explodes. That's why. So it explodes and it's not there anymore. Gotcha. Okay. Should be fine. Damn it. Now, I really wonder about that apple down there. I mean, this apple is already being a big pain in the ass. And it doesn't have a... I forgot about that. It doesn't have a caution sign. So I can only imagine how much of a problem the one that actually has a caution sign is gonna be. Okay, so we should stay here. And now go here instead of going left. Not to that spike precisely, you don't have to go there. Though damn, even without that spike being there, that jump is pretty hard to do. I have to practice it now. Okay, first try. Even if I did it first try, it's not easy because you kinda have to let yourself go and then go right. It's a hard jump to do, at least to me. What I don't like is that there is a gate jump right there. That you probably have no reason to be there. Unless there is obviously a trap, because there is gonna be a trap. But I don't know what to expect, where to expect the trap. All I can say is that I obviously expect... Damn, I tried to dodge it and still fucked me up. All I can say is that it's probably gonna be necessary to go through a trap right there. Now, damn, this was a pretty loaded screen, I gotta say. Still not even over. That's gonna kill me, fuck. Pretty loaded screen. Gotcha. Nice. Hey, how about actually doing this jump when it counts? Because, you know, I can do it now, right? But I don't give a shit about doing it there. I want to actually do it when it matters. It seems like this guy is having trouble doing that. This guy, get it? That's his name. Okay, so should I go down? I mean, I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna regret it. Alright, I didn't regret it, so I wonder what this gate is for. Maybe this gate is actually supposed to be the Chevette Because you see this gate and you are like, okay, there is a trap. But that's the trap. It's a reverse trap. It makes you expect there to be a trap, but there ain't no trap. So it's pretty smart. So this says caution. Should I shoot it? No. Alright, so I guess it's the classical bait. And the reverse traps are pretty strong here, I gotta say. That gate right there is so fucked up. You really see that right there. You're like, that has no reason being there. That's the actual trap. Wow, that didn't hit me, I don't know how. Oh, it's fucked. Oh. That's how. And the mind games here. Okay, so you should run here. Is that what you should do? Okay, yeah, you basically do that. Man, if the guy who made this game was a fighting game player, he will have the mind game and the reads on point. He will read his opponent like a book. He will really read his opponent like a book. Should play a grappler. Grapplers are pretty much about that. You need a lot of reads. A lot of, you know, correct reads to be a grappler. Well, that, and depending on the game, you also need execution. Because, you know, funnily enough, when I play Street Fighter 4, I played grapplers, not because of my reads or mind games or anything like that. It's because on Street Fighter 4, playing grapplers is easier than playing, execution-wise, it's easier than playing other characters, because the usual hard inputs in Street Fighter 4 are incredibly simplified. So instead of having to do a full circle to do a command grab with someone like Zangief, you choose, you know, you do a kind of circle. Instead of a full circle, you do kind of a circle and it still works. I mean, sometimes you don't even need a circle. Sometimes if you do half a circle, depending on how you do it, it's more than enough. And the good thing with grapplers is that that's where the damage comes from the grabs. Obviously, most characters get the damage from combos, but grapplers usually get the damage only from grabbing once. So it was one of those characters that I could perfectly use because it didn't require any execution. But as soon as I went to any other character that required minimal execution, damn, I got destroyed. Because comboing in a game like Street Fighter 4 is pretty hard. Well, it's hard for most of the characters. Some characters have easy combos, but even the easy combos require a little bit of execution. Damn. Maybe I'm supposed to stand on the left corner? Nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Might as well try it. I forgot about the apple. Can you believe that? So if I jump vertically... Man, they really think of everything here, huh? Well, I think I could fall for the right platform there. I mean, even with this spike, with that spike appearing, it shouldn't be an issue. I assume it shouldn't be an issue. So let me check it out. Yeah, the issue there is that I don't think I should double jump. But if I don't double jump, I don't know if I can dodge the caution thing. Yeah, I actually can, okay. Wow, still die because I suck, nice. But I think that's the strat. Then I don't know what other trap to expect. Hopefully it doesn't fuck me up too much. That hit me. I think I have to wait a little bit more for the caution to step in before I jump. A little bit. I see, that's the problem. I say it a little bit and I wait a ton. That's the issue. You don't have to wait a ton, just a little bit. The necessary amount. I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you don't have to wait that much. Okay, that works. That jump might still be hard to do because those spikes on the right won't forgive. I like how clean this spike look like. It looked pretty clean. Like they have that texture that is like they were shining, even though it's supposed to look like that because it's 8 bits, but it looks like they are shining because of how clean they are. Sadly, with how much I'm dying to them, I don't think they are gonna be that clean for that long. Damn it. Maybe jumping directly onto the left platform works if you are fast enough. I still don't think that's the case, but maybe. No, probably not. Wow, okay, just died to the left spike. I think that's the first time I died to that one. Well, maybe the second time, because I'm pretty sure the first time. Why? Forget to double jump. Damn it. Come on, I just wanna settle in one screen. I don't like going from one screen to the other in the middle of a checkpoint. Alright. Team, you jump a little bit high there and you die. Just a little bit is enough. Too much to the right there. I just forgot about the apple there. I wonder what happens if you try to jump. Nah, that's not gonna work. You have to get below that. Whew. Wait, what do you expect me to do there? Like going to the left, but in order to go to the left I have to do a jump that it doesn't look possible. Unless you're telling me I have to jump higher. So I'm not really sure if you ask me. I don't think that jump is doable. The one that I think the game wants me to do. Maybe one of the other walls is gonna disappear or something like that. Too much to the right. So here's the thing, right? Is this jump doable? Like, can I jump from here to here? Because it doesn't look doable to me. Like jumping from here to here. I mean, if you jump really high, you're gonna get hit by this. But if you don't jump high enough, you're gonna get hit by this. But you can't do this jump? Unless this wall is false. And I expect that to be, because otherwise there is no point to this save, I think. Right? Like, there doesn't seem to be a point to that save, if that's the case. Let me try. No, that wall is not invisible, or, well, you know, non-existent. So what the hell? I don't think I understand what I have to do. If I have to do that jump to the left, I don't know how I'm gonna do that jump to the left. Yeah. I'm a little bit lost here, not gonna lie. A little bit lost. Maybe I'm supposed... Nah, why will I go back? Well, the apple is still there. Not like it changes much. Yeah, I don't know. Oh! Wow. Alright. Sure. Why not? Man, I don't know why I decided to jump there, but I'm really glad I did, cause holy shit. Man, you really want me to do that plane? I mean... Okay, maybe you just want me to... No, that's still a wall no matter what. So, obviously not everything is what it looks like here. Like, you really want me to do that plane jump? I don't know, bro, I never done a plane jump before, I think. I don't remember it at least. Did I do a plane jump before? Because my memory says that I didn't. Maybe I'm just supposed to go back and then... Because usually games like this, they don't make plane jumps obligatory. So I don't believe I have to do it. Okay, yeah, I think you're not supposed to do the plane jump. Wow, okay. I wonder, are plane jumps the hardest jumps that you can do? Because it's the only jump that I've seen in multiple fun games that the game never forces you to do. Like, you know, I've seen diagonal jump, gate jumps, corner jumps. I've seen all of that. And you have to do, right, in order to progress. But plane jumps, they were never required in the games that I played. So I wonder if they are considered the hardest jump to do. I mean, the hardest, quote-unquote, normal jump to do. So you have to do a short jump into a full jump or something like that right there. That's fine. Well, actually no, there is another jump that might be a little bit harder that I saw a couple of times, which is the diamond jump. Which is basically like some kind of double gate, I think. I think it is a double gate, but they call it diamond or something like that. Maybe that one is harder than the plane, I don't know, I have no clue. My knowledge about needle is pretty limited. So basically, if there is some kind of jump that wasn't in not another needle game, I don't know about it. Oh, I think I know what I have to do here. I just have to stand in between the spikes, like right in the middle. I have to be pretty careful about it. Like that, okay. Wonder... Wow. I don't know how that wasn't enough to dodge that, but damn. That's pretty rude. So I jump and I go left. That's fine. So that's a diagonal. Okay, nice. First try. So let's see now. Of course. Of course you will do that shit. So obviously you can jump up there. So you gotta hit this switch. Ooh. I wonder if that opens up another area or something like that. So do I have to chill? Or do I have to... No, I have to trigger it. Is this gonna... Why did I expect anything else? I wonder if there is a way to trigger that trap without dying and still being able to go to the other side. Because I'm not sure. I kinda wanna try, but I don't think you can. Like... Yeah, no, doesn't seem like you can do it fast enough. And even if you can do it fast enough, I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be anything interesting there. Hey, Mr. Aldo, how is it going? We're in the 8-bit world. It's 8-bit Waterdown. And it's looking pretty... Well, it's looking as trolly as ever, but the good news is that we are done with the Starry Galaxy world. Jesus Christ, that one was really dragging on for too long. It almost reminded me of that Super Metroid world in I Wanna Find a Cure, I think it was that game. So yeah. But this one might be longer for all we know. If these stages are really ordered by which one is the hardest, this one is probably gonna... Wow. Wow, alright. Okay. We are gonna do that. You are gonna do that. Really like it. So, I'm assuming that's a bait, but damn, you can barely even bait that. It's a little bit troll, it is. But you know, the whole game has been troll. This is just like a mini reflection of what the whole game was about. Basically, troll after troll. The problem is that you cannot trigger this. Okay, never mind. You can trigger that like that and it works. Sadly, I died to that sorry ass spike. Oopsies. But yeah. Basically, the whole game... I gotta say, it's not like I like troll games, but this game does it so well that nothing good can come out of this. Yeah, a gate jump just by itself. That's the problem, the mind games on this game are insane. Like, it really seems to be impossible to predict a trap. Like, they are so well made that unless you are really used to this kind of games, and even then I'm not even sure, because I haven't played many of this kind of games, but it's really hard to predict that there's gonna be a trap, or rather, it's hard to predict which trap you're gonna see. You know that you're gonna get killed by something at some point. You know that a trap is waiting for you. But you don't know which trap. You don't know how to avoid it until you actually get hit by it. It does a really, really good job at that. I don't think when it comes to trap games it gets any better than this. Okay, so you don't... As you can see, pretty hard to predict that a trap is gonna kill you. You know, I mean, there is a reason why this game is rated 9 in score. More than 9 in score. Really is pretty well done. These are the kind of games. These are the kind of games that make me wanna play. I wanna be the guy. And the good thing is that differently from Domu, this game actually has bosses that I do recognize. Okay, where is the trigger? There is the trigger. Okay, you don't go there, sure. Did you play Kill the Guy? No. A lot of people recommended me Kill the Guy, but I didn't play it yet. Oh, I wonder what that switch was about right there. I wasn't even paying attention. There is a switch right there that now it's gonna be impossible to press. That probably was a secret or some shit. I wasn't even paying attention. I just wanted to go for the... Now, honestly, I say that it's a secret. It's probably an insta-kill. You never know. I mean, this game... in Delicious Fruit had one tag saying secrets. Wow, nice. Oh, okay. So, you know, taking that into account, it means that there might be indeed secrets, and I don't know if that was one of them. But, you know, who gives a shit about secrets? I mean, I didn't give a shit about secrets in the original I Wanna Be the Guy, so why would I give a shit here? Wow. But yeah, Kill the Guy is... it's a game that I have in my mind. And I've been having... it's been recommended to me, like... it's been one of the first games that was recommended to me. Along with Camellia, funnily enough. Can you imagine if I didn't filter the requests and I just play the first thing that people recommended to me? I will be here crying about how I can beat Camellia for shit. After playing this, you telling me that I'm ready for Camellia? Nah, honestly, I feel like I'm probably never gonna play Camellia. It's probably gonna be better for everyone, especially me, especially myself. So yeah, sorry to disappoint, but I don't think I'm gonna play that game. And if I play that game, it's because I really have nothing better to do. And I have a lot of things that I plan to do. So I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So you know. Because it's not an exaggeration to say that that game is, you know, insanely difficult. Oh, when that happened, there was a switch that appeared on the left side. Okay, that's interesting. Sadly, you have to be fast enough to. I wonder what that switch even does. A level, but the BGM is coffin dance. Yeah. Not even saying the right name of the theme. I'm not surprised, honestly. How is it going, Brabin? But you know, Camellia is definitely something that is probably not happening. So a lot of people keep telling me that if I do play a Camellia game, it has to be Camellia 2. And you know, Camellia 2, like they say that Camellia 1 is trash, and they say that Camellia 3 is too hard. That's what they say. So let's say that to me, Camellia 2 is gonna be the best option, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, bro. I'm sure that it's still gonna be unbelievably hard, and that I'm gonna give up pretty quickly. Though, I won't lie, I am curious about Camellia 1. I'm one of those guys that, when it comes to playing games, I really want to play them in order. You say Camellia 2, 1 doesn't count. Yeah, that's the thing. As I was saying, I'm one of those guys that really likes to play games in order. So if there are 2 or more games in a saga or a series, I want to play the first one and then play them in order. But I'm not sure. A lot of people are telling me that Camellia 1 is complete trash. And when they say trash, they don't mean hard, they just mean that it's a bad game. And I believe them, but I don't know, I'm curious. I should at least want to see what it is about. Or what are you gonna make me do here? I don't even know why I did that. I don't even know what that triggered, other than the spikes. Then again, the spikes wouldn't have killed me if I stayed down there, but Jesus Christ. And keep in mind that this screen only has 1 save point. Only 1 save point, dude. Can you imagine only having 1 save point in a screen like this? That definitely seems brutal. Wait, I completely fucked up. Nice, okay. That's fine. I mean, running around like a dumbass is not that hard to do anyways. But yeah, Camellia this, Camellia that. I mean, keep in mind, I know that difficulty is subjective, right? But this game is a 66 in difficulty, and I'm still struggling quite a lot. I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Camellia 2 an 18 difficulty in Delicious Fruit? I don't remember last time I checked what difficulty it was. I think that Camellia 3 is a 90. I'm also not sure about that one either, but I think it is. What happens if I press that? Nothing? Oh, you actually, okay. You actually make this jump possible. That's what it does. Okay. And now what? Wow, just died to that. Okay, nice. That was pretty cool. It's like I fear no traps, but that spike, yeah, that spike is way more deadly than any trap. It was a diagonal jump, to be fair. The worst part is that when you do this jump, it's incredibly easy to do a double jump right away instead of doing a proper jump. That's a pain in the ass. Damn, really? Twice in a row? Okay. Alright. Now that you mention it, I really want to look up how hard Camellia is supposed to be. Alright, let me check it out. So if I go to Delicious Fruit, well, I can't even type. Okay, oh, I don't think I can type Camellia. Oh, fuck. Okay, let me copy paste it from chat. Fuck this hotkey garbage that I have to use here. Okay, Camellia. So Camellia 1, Camellia 2, and Camellia 3. So Camellia 1 is a 5.9 in score and a 48.8 in difficulty. Camellia 2 is 8.3 in rating and 81.6 in difficulty. And Camellia 3 is 7.5 in rating and 92.5 in difficulty. You know, the thing is, a lot of people say that I have to ignore Camellia 1, but I mean, if it is 48.8 of difficulty, I feel like I should try it. I mean, it will be a different story if it was a high difficulty and it was also trash, because I wouldn't do it. But if it's just bad quality and not hard, I guess at least I wanna try it. Like, in fact, I fear Camellia 3, that is supposed to be a high quality game. I fear that one way more than 3, because that one I'm probably gonna die from frustration rather than dying from how bad the game is. But then again, it can't be that bad, right? It can't be that bad. Maybe you're all just exaggerating. Maybe it's all an exaggeration. In fact, I don't know, dude. The more you tell me not to play it, the more I wanna play it. I really wonder. I mean, if a game is easy, right? If a game is supposed to be easy, I wonder. I mean, I know that a game obviously can be easy and it can be also trash, but I really wonder how a game like that looks. Because I can understand a game being hard and being trash, because it's so unfair that it's not even fun. But a game that is easy, that is also qualified as if it is complete trash, I really wonder. I'm curious, I'm not saying that it's impossible. If I guide myself from that, then Not Another Needle Game is a pretty good game. Let me see Not Another Needle Game. It's been a while since I seen it in Delicious Fruit, so I want to see what it says. Not Another Needle Game. Fuck, I have to type it. No, okay. Thankfully it was in the autocomplete. So Not Another Needle Game is rate 9.3. 70 difficulty. Well, I mean, as much as I disagree, that still doesn't make me I mean, it's still pretty different from what Camellia 1 is. Camellia 1 is pretty much the opposite. It's easy, but it's badly rated, while Not Another Needle Game is hard and it's highly rated. So, I don't know. I kinda wanna try Camellia 1. I really want to give it a try. I mean, then again, there's been a pretty mixed bag when it comes to what people say about the games and what I think of them. Like, a lot of people tell me that Boshi is not even that good of a fun game, and so far it's still my favorite fun game that I personally played. There is also, well, as you say, Not Another Needle Game. A lot of people told me that it was an amazing game and I didn't like it. And yes, you say that it's because it's Needle that I don't like it, and I understand that, but I mean, it's still one of those things that I feel like even if it was Needle, if it has such a widespread acceptance, I will expect that even people that don't like Needle can enjoy it. But I guess that's not the case. So yeah. Well, there's also that one game. I want a bigger penis. That, you know, I was told that it was gonna be pretty good, and I personally thought that it was trash. And again, I don't want to trash on that game too much because I have viewers that really like that game, so I don't want to overly talk shit about it because, you know, it's not really appropriate. But yeah, so maybe people that saying that Camellia 1 is trash, maybe I will end up liking it. That game was shit. Yeah, but it was shit for us. See, that's the thing. It was shit for us. But yeah, some people don't think it was shit. So yeah, I don't really want to trash talk that game too much. Not too much. I think I already. I mean, saying that it's trash is already the most that I can talk trash about it. I don't think I need to say more than that, because it's just gonna be unnecessary. But yeah. Wow, I keep dying to that gate, huh? But yeah, the thing is, I might like Camellia 1. I might also not like it, but, you know, it's impossible to know until I try. I mean, if I don't like it, it's not like I'm gonna force myself to finish it. If I don't like it, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the game that I just mentioned. I'm just gonna stop playing it and that's it. It's not that hard. Ooh, that was pretty nice. So, fuck. So after that gauge, I'm assuming that there is not any other trap. That's the save point. It's also pretty crazy when it comes to... I already talked about this, but when it comes to rating on Delicious Fruit, a lot of people rate I Wanna Be the Guy as, I think, worse than 7. And I'm like, what the fuck are you telling me right now? But, you know, that's the thing. It's a lot about tastes. It is what it is. Some people have some tastes, and some other people have other tastes. And that's it. I mean, after all, it's a rating, so it's bound to be subjective since the beginning. the difficulty can be a little bit more objective, which is the reason why it's a good thing to look at both. So that's the reason why I really want to try Camellia 1, because I trust people saying that it's easy more than I trust them saying that it's bad. That's the thing. Because more or less the difficulty ratings for the games that I played seem to be pretty accurate. When I compare them, they seem to be pretty accurate. So I obviously trust the difficulty rating way more than the score rating. So if you tell me that a game is easy, I mean, I don't mind giving it a try. Obviously it becomes complicated when there aren't many boats, right? Sometimes there aren't enough boats to have a really good verdict on if the game is hard or not, or if the game is good or not. I mean, a lot of games in Delicious Fruit have only one boat. What you gonna do there? Like, that doesn't tell you anything. I mean, it tells you about someone that played it. So, it is at least a little bit valuable, but not really that much. There we go, Jesus. Thought that section was taking a little bit too long. So thankfully it's over now. Nice. So I'm assuming that what I have to do here, I don't know if I should, okay. I definitely should not hit the switch first. So you land here and then you single jump, hit the switch and double jump to go to the newly spawned platform. I think that's how it works. Oh, you have to kind of spam jump there to be able to get on that platform. That's one of those platforms that if your character touches it, the only thing you need to do is press jump to be able to reach it like that. Okay. Where is the Shebate here? No Shebate? I don't think so. Okay, that's the Shebate. God damn it. But that looks like such a death trap. Like, it feels like when I get to the middle of those two platforms, I'm gonna get squished. Then again, if that happens, I wouldn't even know what the solution will be. Wow, alright. Nice starts. And I gotta say that I really want to buy a new desktop. I mean, I've been wanting to buy a new desktop for a long time now, but having to look up to read the second monitor is such a fucking pain in the ass. Well, literally not in the ass, but in the neck. It is a pain in the neck to have to constantly move like this. It becomes annoying pretty quickly. Oh, really? So... Oh, yes. Alright. So you expect me to split that so I can go down here, then jump here, and then here, and then here. Well, I didn't get squished as I thought, but it was close enough. The intention was there. Okay, so you trigger this and you go down. Those jumps are still gonna be pretty tricky to do, especially this one. This jump seems to be pretty insane, because this has to be a short hop, but the double jump, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's doable, but looks really, really hard to do. I wonder, since this is the 8-bit world, I wonder if the boss of this zone is gonna be an 8-bit character. I mean, it's the most logical thing to think, right? That jump is gonna be really hard. I mean, both jumps are gonna be hard. The one to get here and the one to get here. Well, maybe the one to get here might not be that bad as long as there is not any trap in the middle of it. So yeah. So, and that diagonal jump is already hard to do. It's not like it's unbelievably hard, but now that I see, there are 3 diagonal jumps here that you have to do only on this checkpoint. Pretty interesting. It's not like diagonal jumps are that hard, but damn, when you think that you have to do 3 before reaching a save point, it's a little bit interesting. Damn it. I always die when I land. I don't die before it. But if I go a little bit more to the right, I'm gonna die to the other spike. That's like a reverse diagonal. Because usually the diagonals are about... Well, no, never mind. I'm saying stupid shit here. Don't mind me. Wow, I fucked that up because I didn't trigger the trap. And that's the only reason why you do all of this. You go to the left here because you need to trigger that trap that makes the platform go up. There is no other reason. That's the trigger. Fuck. That jump is really gonna be a complete pain in the ass. Like, if I was a complete newbie, well, I'm still a little bit of a newbie here. But if I was a little bit more inexperienced, I will say that that jump is impossible, because it looks impossible. But I know it's not. It looks really impossible to do. And all this section seems to be pretty needle heavy. It really looks like it. that's gonna take a long time, and the worst part is that it seems like the 3 hardest jumps on this section are right at the end, to make it even worse. The 3 hardest jump right at the end, can you believe that? The worst part is that, see, that jump right there is the same as the one on the right, that diagonal. Well, it's taking me almost the same amount of time, so, like, I'm dying quite a lot on this left diagonal too, so it's not like, you know, maybe I have to do a double jump to make it easier for me. I don't think doing a double jump makes it easier for me. Let me check. Maybe it does, I don't know. It kinda does. It doesn't feel too natural to do, that's the issue. But it helps. Okay, so now trying to jump out of that is gonna be a nightmare, because the spike is right there. That really looks like a hard jump. Yeah, even with the double jump I'm getting fucked now. Really? There were any doubts that I didn't like Needle, well, you can see it clearly right here. There aren't any doubts. Because sometimes I think, well, maybe it was because, no, it was because of the game itself. Maybe it was because not another Needle game wasn't a good exponent or whatever. No, it was a good exponent. It's just that I completely hate Needle. I feel like doing things like this is so fucking annoying. I wouldn't really say boring, it's just annoying. I think that's the right word. So annoying. Because a lot of these jumps are so precise. And the worst part is that this isn't even as precise as they can get. They can get way more precise than this. So yeah. I'm not even with the double jump, huh? I like it. Well, I don't know what's happening with these fucking diagonals, but I guess I can't do them anymore. What a pain in the ass, dude. You know, sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't prefer gimmicks and shit like that. I gotta say, if I had to pick between a random gimmick, like not any gimmick in particular, and Needle, like this, I will, like, give me the random ass gimmick. It's probably gonna be way more fun than Needle. It's also pretty frustrating knowing that this isn't even that big of a deal for people that are used to Needle. Like, these jumps are pretty standard. But to me it's a nightmare. I'm really bad at doing Needle. And when you see something like this, it's particularly noticeable that I'm pretty bad at it. Well, We're gonna be on this screen for a long time, apparently. At least we have good music in the background. It's so frustrating. I swear it's so fucking frustrating to do this. I really can't believe when people say that they find some needle relaxing to do. I don't understand. You know, I know that I'm a weird guy that has weird tastes, but sometimes I feel like... whatever. I don't want to call anyone weird over tastes, but... sometimes I don't even feel weird anymore in comparison. Gotta get through this somehow. I wonder what these corner jumps do. Probably nothing, but I mean they are here. Maybe they are not even doable. No, they are doable, but they are useless. Okay, well, good to know. And again, doing corner jumps like that is obviously easier when you are floating on the water. I can't really decide if this was easier to do with or without the double jump. Yeah, I honestly can't decide. Sometimes I do it better with a single jump, sometimes I do it better with a double jump. It's so inconsistent. It's so inconsistent. I mean, when you think about it, having 3 diagonals in one checkpoint seems a little bit too much to me. Usually, in every other checkpoint, there's been like, what, 1 of this? And it's still pretty rare to find 1 of this. But now 3? I don't know, I feel like this is a little bit too much. And then this shit, can you believe that you are making me do that shit twice? Well, not twice because the jumps are different, but that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Well, it's gonna be a beautiful journey. And I kinda had a little bit of bigger expectations for the 8-bit world. I didn't expect it to be like a needle world. I expected it to be like a homage to 8-bit games. With diagonal jumps it's sometimes easier to find location. You can press jump and direction on same frame. Yeah, but the problem is that that's such a split second decision that I don't think it's worth it. Like, you can do it full jump plus direction. So you say that I always should do a full jump no matter what. I'm gonna take on your advice, but I don't know if... I still can do it consistently regardless of what I do. And I fucked it up there, can you believe that? Actually fucked it up. Not the jump, funnily enough. It eliminates one variable, only thing is your position. Well, I do agree that. I mean, yeah, basically you just have to worry about moving your character. It's not a bad strategy. I'm gonna try to remember it. Thanks. We'll really try to remember it. Okay, this is the problem here. This jump, like, you can barely even touch the button here. I don't know how to do this. Like, it's obvious that you have to jump, but you can barely even do it. Like, I didn't even press jump there because I tried to press it so softly that it didn't even come out. It's so fucked up. And to think that that jump is the last one, dude. That's a bonk jump. Oh, it has a name too. A bonk jump, huh? More like bong. Because you have to be fucking stoned to think that I'm gonna do that shit. Fucking bong jump. No names just mean it's easier to do if you bonk. Oh, you mean that I should hit my head and then do the double jump? Are you sure that that's easier? Because if I do that... Alright, I'm gonna try. I mean, as long as I can get there again, I'm gonna try. So I should first bonk my head and then do the double jump. Okay, I see what you mean. The double jump has to be almost immediate though. I thought I could wait a little bit, but no, it has to be almost immediate. Alright, well that's good to know. Thanks for the strats. These strats are being pretty useful, I gotta tell you. Because I wouldn't have figured that out by myself. You were about to say the same thing as Yami? Well, yeah, I wouldn't have figured it out. I will have still tried to do a normal, well, quote-unquote normal jump instead of trying to bonk my head. So yeah, thanks for the advice. Really helpful. You can also get the walk off a line. Yeah, the issue is that I don't know what a line I have, and I don't even know what a line I should have. That's the issue with a line related stuff. I mean, this is the kind of game that doesn't tell you shit about the alliance and doesn't give you visual cues to know what jump can be benefited by alliance. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a good idea. Unless the align is 100% that one. Like, you know, when the invisible wall appears, maybe that's the align. Like, getting against that wall gives you the right align, but I don't know. I don't even know how you will know. Like, are you telling me that this might be the right align to do a walk of jump? Is there any way to know that this will be the right align? Like, telling me that the wall one block before the spike is always the right align? Is there a rule like that? Because if you tell me that this is the right align, I'm gonna try doing that. Then again, even being the right align, you still have to jump at a pretty specific place. I guess I'm just gonna bonk my head here. Fuck. It worked, the bonk strategy, but I have to jump way more on the double jump. That was a pretty soft jump on the double one. I really thought that if I jump higher than that, I'm gonna get killed by the upper spike. Damn it, that was close. That was pretty close. Bonk is much easier, you get used to it. Alright, I'm gonna take you on your advice. I'm gonna take your word for it, that's what I'm trying to say. So let's see. It's always the same block as the spike, but the opposite side. Always the same block as the spike. So basically not that one. That one will have not been the right block for the align, if I'm understanding correctly. That's still a rule that is gonna be pretty hard to remember. And more importantly, it's gonna be hard to implement, because a lot of times you're gonna be looking at... you're gonna be looking at 3 blocks different from the spikes just to see if there is a block that you can use that you can get the align from. Needle. I really hate needle. I do appreciate the tips, but I really hate needle. It's like... I don't know, dude. I know that I do a lot of things that can be considered masochistic for a lot of people, but Jesus Christ, I think that this is the epitome of video game masochism when it comes to needle. Well, actually, there is a speed running, so yeah, I guess, but they are both on the same spectrum. And when I say spectrum, I didn't mean anything bad, okay? I know that a lot of people nowadays are associating that word with another spectrum. No, I meant to use that word in the intended way. Hey Yannick, how is it going? Why is it called needle and not spike? I mean, spikes are called spikes. What's called needle is the tight platforming that involves spikes. It's a category, a genre. Spikes are still gonna be called spikes. It's like, why are racing games called racing instead of cars? That's pretty much, I think, a good comparison. Just a nomenclature, I guess. I mean, Gran Turismo is a racing game, not a cars game. The same thing that not another needle game is a needle game and not a spike game. So this screen that has a lot of spikes is a screen that is mostly focused on needle. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I also hope that I'm right, because I don't even know if I'm right. I think I am. Still, you know, a little bit new to this too, so... Okay. I tried to full jump there and it didn't work. I tried to make a full jump and it didn't work on the double jump because I got killed. Still doesn't make sense. Alright. I don't know how else to explain it. Because here's the thing, Spike, okay, this is like one of those group kind of things, something inside some other thing. Having spikes on a game doesn't mean that the game is gonna be needle. It just has spikes. However, every needle game has spikes, or things that look like spikes, or maybe they don't look that like spikes, but they have the same functionality as a spike. I think that's another way of explaining it. Well, I guess I could also go back to the example of racing games. I mean, not every game that has a car is a racing game, but every racing game has cars. Or vehicles, I guess, instead of cars. Because yes, you're gonna say me, oh, but what about that motocross game? Yeah, well, vehicles then. This game is still not over. It's not over because it's long. What do you think? Is it going Riemann? I get what is needle or not, but what I don't is why it's called the word needle. That's a good question. And it's a question that sadly I cannot answer. So I will have to... Some editions call it spike. You mean the genre? Well, but here's the question. Yami. Why is it called needle in the first place? I think I already asked you this question and I forgot the answer there. Okay, wait, it's not over yet. And you're not gonna give me a fucking... Are you serious now? You're not gonna give me a save point. You know how many traps there are gonna be here? You know how many fucking traps you can put here? Oh, fuck this, dude. I'm overly cautious about everything because this is so fucked up. Anything here can be a trap. I don't know which one it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be right at the end. It's probably gonna be right at the end just to fuck me up. Alright. I'm not gonna read that sign because the last time I read a sign, well, first of all, I can't even read it because it's not in English. But even if I could read it, last time I did that, my character exploded. So I don't want that. Motherfuckers. Alright, that's it though. Whew, I'm really glad I didn't read that fucking sign. What about Genso Skydrift? Good points. Who the fuck knows? What do you mean by who the fuck knows? Then why does everyone agree to call it needle if nobody knows why is it called needle? Yeah, the tension, you can really feel the tension in the air in that screen. Wow. Alright. Son of a bitch. Damn, I have to do this jump. But it's not that bad. Reading makes me explode too, that's why I don't. I see I have a brother that doesn't like reading just like me. Yeah, fuck reading, honestly. Who wants to read? Nobody wants to read. Huh? It makes bullets slow. Oh, I probably have to do that before reaching the other side. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I have to do that section really fast. I only read manga. Alright. Yeah, I like reading manga too. Uncultured swine. You know, there's gonna be a point in history where people who read, hear me out, listen carefully, people who read are gonna be as obsolete as people who today know Esperanto. You know, that language that was supposed to be the universal language and nobody uses. That's what reading is gonna be. And when Okay, when I say reading, I mean reading as in reading a book, not literally reading anything. Because yeah, this kind of short thing, those, you know, I mean reading books. That's what I'm trying to say. No, not literally reading everything, just books. Can't believe Riemann is deal. Man. Maybe instead of reading, you should probably want to try writing. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to take the opportunity to make fun of the typo. Sorry. Was the perfect opportunity. But yeah, I mean, that language that I just mentioned, it was supposed to be the universal language until, you know, English came, and it was quickly, you know, considered by many the universal language. I mean, I still don't consider it a universal language, but, you know, because in order for it to be universal, it has to be spoken by everyone. And we know of quite a lot of countries that don't really do too well with English. In fact, and I'm not just talking about third world countries, I'm talking about, I mean, Japan is the biggest example. I mean, Japan is a country that, you know, most people will agree that is one of the most developed countries in the world. And yet their English of the general population is complete trash. They still use English, but you know, they use English words. They don't use English the whole language, right? I can't time it's just like when it works. Nice. I like that idea. I still can't believe your English is so good without speaking with anyone. Well, I really appreciate that comment. I really do. But I mean, again, it's not necessary to speak to anyone. It's really about listening. It's like, I mean, here's the thing. Let me give you an example. Like, think of your favorite song. Think of your favorite song, whatever it is, especially if it actually has lyrics. You don't need to sing that song to anyone to be able to sing it properly. Like, you can listen to that song 30 times, you can memorize it, and then you can start singing it in, you know, pretty well. I mean, obviously you're probably not gonna sing it as well as the original singer, but you're still gonna be able to sing it, and it will be understandable. Like, if people know that song, they will immediately recognize it when you sing it. Language, I'm pretty sure, is the same. Once you start memorizing some specific phrases that are pretty common to say, you start connecting phrases like that together until you eventually can form a sentence that makes sense. Pronunciation is even easier to understand. The more you listen, the more you memorize how a word is pronounced. And as you can see, some words I still fuck it up. Like, if you didn't tell me that height is supposed to be pronounced like that, I will still be pronouncing it like hate. But that's because I barely hear people talk about that word. I barely hear anyone pronounce that. So that's why I fuck it up so much, or at least I used to fuck it up so much because I never listened to it. So when it comes to languages and pronouncing, or more importantly, talking in that language, it's all about listening a lot. Obviously, before listening, you still need to have a basic language knowledge, because once you have that basic language knowledge and some vocabulary, because obviously it is important to know a little bit of vocabulary, but once you do that, you just need to listen, and just listen and keep listening every day, a lot of hours every day. And eventually you can do it. There are obviously some exceptions depending on the language, but you know, you wanna say that Metallica made me do it? Metallica. But like, there are some languages that it might be a little bit hard because, like for example, well yeah, call me a weeb again, but Japanese, right? Japanese is a language that you can listen to a streamer speak Japanese a lot, but he can be speaking in a pretty casual manner, so when you try to speak Japanese in public, people are gonna look at you a little bit strange because you're basically not being polite. But Japanese is a special case there, because it changes depending on who you're talking. I mean, well, you can say that there are polite forms to talk in every language, but I mean, in English, it's about using words and expressions that you already know. In Japanese, it's about using suffixes and prefixes that sometimes you never listen to because there is no need to use them in the context that you're listening to. However, things like, you know... Wait, what? Oh, you have to be shitting me. You want me to go back? Alright. In Russian, it's about using different words. Yeah. But you know, usually in English you do have examples like that. You know, especially in fiction. In English you don't have trouble finding examples like that of formal speech. Like especially when, you know, someone is talking to a king and, well, you don't even need to say a king, but someone talking to someone that is supposed to be superior in range, they start speaking formally, so you kinda understand how it is. In Japanese, I'm pretty sure there's barely any media that actually portrays the character speaking normal, formal Japanese. It's either way too formal with characters using sama and shit that you're not gonna use in a real conversation, or people being extremely casual. So yeah, Japanese is a special case there because it's overly complicated. Usually it doesn't matter. In most languages you can speak with anyone as long as you know basics. Gavno? What you mean by Gavno? What is Gavno supposed to mean? But yeah, the thing is, try listening to more people. Well, I mean, what you're doing right now is not a bad idea in terms of learning English. I mean, sure, I'm not a native speaker, but maybe you can get something out of my English to also practice your English. So I guess just doing what you're doing right now, which is listening to someone speak English, already helps you. Well, I mean, unless obviously you are an actual native speaker, in which case I don't think listening to me is gonna do anything. But, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, Yami, but no benefits for you. It's shit, but on Russian, damn. Yami knowing the important words. But English is also a special case in the sense that most of the things don't require some complex conjugation or or pronouns or shit like that. Spanish might be, for example, Spanish, right? Might be a little bit more hard to understand or to replicate just by listening. So I don't know. At least that was my experience with English. It was enough for me to watch YouTube videos and streamers speak in English to be able to do it myself. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Okay. Damn, there's gonna be so many traps there that I don't even wanna... Where is it? Which one is it? This one? Of course! Get fucked, bitch! You thought I was gonna fall for that? Well... That's a textbook example of instant karma. Textbook example. I can't believe that. I did it so well. Basically every single Russian phrase I heard has Gavno or Dermo. Wait, you're forgetting Suka and Blyat. Those are also pretty important in Russian. We can use it as a name meaning as stuff. And the creativity is gonna be endless. Can't believe the game did you dirty like that. No, I mean honestly, you know, compared to a lot of shit that I've seen, I think that was one of the least offensive ones. It was still offensive enough to be literally the last champ of the map, but I think there have been way worse shebates in this game. Can use it casually? Alright. So saying shit casually, huh? Why did I forgot about that? You don't want to use it like this informal conversation. Well, you never know. Maybe you're gonna find some freak that likes being called those words. It's like English. Well, it really depends. You know, it's pretty funny, for example, in Spanish, or at least in Argentinian Spanish, there is like a lot of formal conversations that have bad words in them, like meetings of important people that don't mind dropping what will be the equivalent of F words. Just like that. It's pretty nice. Because it doesn't get much more formal than that. Well, I mean, even the president have done that in the past, using bad words in speeches. And it's normal. Because instead of being used as something vulgar, instead of being seen as something vulgar, it's depending on how you use it, it's seen as putting emphasis on something. Oh, I can't believe I fucked it up there. Our language is actually third most discussed topic on this stream. Maybe. I mean, languages are always interesting to discuss. I mean, after all, it's one of those things that it's with the era of internet, it's still pretty weird that it exists. But then you gotta remember that internet is not accessible to everyone. And even when it is accessible to everyone, there is still no consensus of what to use. I mean, yeah, a lot of people will tell you that English is the universal language, but you know, some people just refuse learning English, and some other people, as I say, just can't do it. So yeah, it's interesting because in this era, something like languages, when the world is so globalized, it's weird that it still exists. Well, it's not weird that it still exists, but it's interesting. After mirror and washing machine, of course. But you know, I dream for the time where you can actually talk to anyone without needing to learn a language. So that way I could call Suna a fucking stoner. And since the language barriers wouldn't be there, you know, like if there was an automatic translator or something, it will actually translate it to something non-offensive in Japan. Because obviously if you literally translate stoner to Japanese, I mean, you're pretty much accusing the man of being a criminal. Because they don't really find it pretty nice when it comes to weed in Japan. So, you know, will be nice. We'll call him a stoner, not offend him, and at the same time he will understand what I say. Talk to anyone and talk shit about everyone. Yeah, pretty much. That's the nice thing. And again, I don't know how would it will be. There are a lot of speeches from a lot of countries that will be probably pretty controversial if it wasn't for the language barriers. Like, I'm pretty sure that half the things that are said in media and in what's the word? In speeches in North Korea, for example, they are probably too extreme for public consumption. So if it wasn't for the language barrier, it would probably be a lot worse. Then again, it's not like they are not translators that already do the job, but not many people give a shit if they don't listen it right from the source. Stona? Yeah, it's more like Sutona. Makes you feel better. I guess Champ only has 2 frames of leniency. I don't know what leniency is, so yeah. It's alright, don't worry about it. I'm assuming that it's the window, like how wide the safe space is. Well, when I say safe space, I mean the empty space. Well, you know, I do know that, you know, engaged jumps are hard. Yes, okay. Yeah, the fucked up thing is that for this save you have to do 8 gauge jumps in a row. I usually don't mind gauge jumps that much, but 8 in a row without fucking it up. I mean, I already done it, but like, come on, bro. Don't you think that's a little bit too much? That's why I don't like this world so far. This is pretty much needle. Like, this is pretty much needle all around. I don't like it. But hey, at least the traps are what keep making it interesting. If it wasn't for the traps, this would have been... I would have complained way more than I am already complaining. So yeah. The traps are what keep this interesting. Time for me to join in the head bashing. What do you mean by head bashing? Head bashing. Oh, you mean that you're gonna try the flange run again? I have to get it done with. I have to. Well, I mean, sure. Oh, I fucked up there. Well, all I'm gonna say is that try not to get your hands pale again. Try not to... yeah, try not to do that. Also, by the way, Riemann, please remind me, please, since I think it's tomorrow, please remind me of buying strikers. Please. It is imperative that you do. Okay, so here, yeah, there is that. I don't like that warp. I don't like how that warp looks like. I want to see what's in here. Oh, a good... oh, shit! Oh. Wow. Alright. I like that. And it's been a while since I saw that face. I don't even know how this face is called. It's been a while since I saw that. I mean, it's from the era of Rage Comics, so you know, you can tell that it's pretty old. Alright. I like this room. Pretty interesting room. I don't like this warp though. I remind you, you stream it? No, fuck that. Wait. A dialogue box appear that says yes and no. How am I supposed to answer that? I press no, and it told me OWO. Penalty area? The fuck you mean by penalty area? Should I have put yes? Oh shit, that doesn't look like Darth Vader. Okay. Okay, maybe I should have pressed yes. Awesome face, I don't know if it was called like that. What's going on is that does this game have a quiz area with penalty run? Probably. Because this is in I know that you can see, but for those who can see, there is a dialogue box right here when I'm pointing with the mouse. There is a dialogue box right here. It says something in what I assume is Chinese, but I can't see because they are garbled letters. So I cannot even see the kanjis or the characters, whatever they are. I should see garbled characters. So I basically have to guess. So I said yes, and now it's telling me okay. Alright, well, it was only one question. It says soba, and it didn't like that. Man, this is gonna suck. This is gonna fucking suck. I don't know. How am I supposed to answer that shit? Like, come on, bro. Even if I run it in Chinese locale, as you say, I still wouldn't understand what the fuck he's saying. I don't know Chinese. Well, at least the checkpoint is there. Okay, this is an actual save, alright. Well, I don't know why I want that if that was a save, but sure. Just learn Chinese. So I'm assuming where it says don't go. Ouch. I don't have to go. Well, the save is not there anymore. I don't know if that's a good signal or not. You can tell me what to do. Fuck you. Well, that was a penalty area. Oh, but this is a different color. This is blue. Boom. Well, that was even easier than the previous one. Alright. Nice. That was a cool one. Just learn Chinese. I know, what a rebel. Fuck. Shunko non-spells but free? Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's like Shunko non-spell but in easy difficulty. And that was also a penalty. This one is green. Okay. I like this one. This one is about RNG pretty much. Spread RNG. Well, I mean, the other one I'm pretty sure was also RNG, but you know what I mean. This one is more RNG heavy. Alright. Yeah, I know I could choose restart instead of actually fighting. You should ignore that. Fuck. Damn, is that jump doable? Are you telling me that that jump is doable? It doesn't look doable to me. Is this jump really doable? Well, I guess it is. But damn, it doesn't look doable. You can, that's what makes it a penalty area. Oh, I can reset. I mean, I can reset the game. What about that? That looks like a pain in the ass. That chunk. Damn, Shunko is getting on your mind. You get saved in the penalty area? And that's a pretty big penalty for some shitty Chinese quiz. Well, I know that these penalties are not because of questions, but I mean, it's a trap game gimmick. You see, it's interesting to know. Then again, I don't want to incorrectly call the language of this game for what it's not. So please, tell me, is this a Chinese or a Japanese game? Because I don't want to sound like a bigot, you know? It's not like I'm saying Chinese on purpose to, you know, piss someone off. It's because I think it's actually Chinese. But I don't know. Those who do not know about soba have to be punished. Yeah, but it's soba with a B, with the other B. That makes it more obvious, I guess. Wow. That would have been perfect. I got really lucky there. I didn't expect to get that lucky. Alright. That's interesting. Like, I got incredibly lucky there and I threw it away because I did not expect to get lucky on my first jump. That one is pretty interesting. Never seen a platform go that fast. But damn, there is still more jumps after that. I really hope that fucking portal up there doesn't have a question again. Because if it has a question, man, I don't know what to say if it has a question. I mean, as long as it doesn't take me back to a previous area, I guess it's not that bad. Now, the problem is that these jumps are a pain in the ass to do. As Yannick say, that's the issue. Like, these jumps might not be hard. Well, relatively, they might not be hard. They are a pain in the ass for sure. Like, it feels painful to do this. Or as I like to say, it feels frustrating. Amen. The worst part is that you have a gate jump here. You definitely have a trap here. This spike is probably gonna move or some shit like that. And this jump doesn't look that easy to do. Needle. Needle. Needle! I really like needle. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Who say that? That sounds like a phrase that a masochist will say. Was it you? I mean, you fit in the masochist category, so... Ah, fuck. Team Fortress 2 Soldier. Damn. It's weakness leaving the body, huh? Yeah. That's definitely masochism. Do I fit in the masochist category? Probably. You probably do. So do I, probably. But I don't know. I feel like it takes a specific kind of masochist to enjoy needle. Cause whatever. It's just different tastes. It's not about masochism or not. I really cannot comprehend. Even if there are people that tell me that they legitimately enjoy needle, I just don't know how. Whatever. Tastes. It is what it is. I mean, after all, there is also people that prefer flat asses. So it's fine. There are tastes for everyone. What can you do? That's a pretty interesting thing, you know. The other day, I kind of come to the realization that... Wait. I was about to say that I came to the realization that when modeling and, you know, things like that started existing, well, I mean, not really modeling, but I mean erotic modeling, right? When that kind of stuff started existing, what's supposed to be the ideal body for a girl was, you know, as thin as you can be, right? Like basically Except, I think with the exception of the breasts, I think the ideal body was that everything was thin. And then, how have the things changed? It's funny just hearing the trap sound effect and death afterwards. Yeah, and I'm sure the silence from Gabby is also pretty fun to hear too, right? Motherfucker. Well, it didn't kill me there. Penalty? Penalty for what? What did I do wrong? It's because of that asshole that came from above? Son of a bitch. At least the penalty areas are easy to do. So there is that. I mean, I wouldn't... I can imagine the frustration if the penalty areas were more needle, like pretty hard to do needle. What if you die there? Good question. I don't wanna figure out though. Oh, it autosaves in the penalty area. Well, that's what it happens. How is it going Night Shark? That's pretty useful to know. Because I thought it would do something like take me back one screen or some shit like that. That would have been pretty bad. That will definitely be pretty frustrating. Damn it. That jump up there seems so precise. Because you're basically supposed to do the two jumps really precisely, not just one. Barely. At least it seems that other than that cat or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be that is right before the portal, except for that one, it doesn't seem like there is anything else that is avoiding, like it is blocking me from going to the portal. So that area that looked pretty trap heavy doesn't seem to have those many traps. Ah, too much to the left, god damn it. Now, I'm pretty surprised that they've been able to figure out that don't go means what it means. Like, they actually got that one right, but I'm also surprised why they didn't use Chinese for that one too. Because I can understand not using Chinese in the save button because, you know, you can recycle it, but for a sign like that... Then again, the name of the stages are also in English. And the name of the menus are also in English. Oh, come on. Give me a good one. Oh, son of a bitch. There we go. So there is a... Okay, it says warp. Nice! Well, at least we got that. Now this room, wait, it changes gravity, then it looks like shit. Look at this, like, just analyzing this room. 3 save points. Look at all these spikes. And if it wasn't enough, Gravity switch? Well, assuming that's gravity switch. Maybe it's not gravity switch. I'm kinda assuming that's what it is. Wow. Well, that was a gravity switch. Not the one I was expecting though. I mean, so looking at where I will have to go, and you want me to do this jump? Is this jump even doable? Well, there's probably gonna be a trap that activates there that is gonna change the screen. That's why you can't really analyze the screens in games like this, because they are most likely gonna change because of 100 traps that are gonna activate in your way. So I thought that it was gonna spin the other way, damn it. So it spin this way. Oh, I thought it was actually gonna be hard. I thought I needed to jump in the middle. You can just get away with it by going around. Okay, I like that. Okay, that's the trap. See, and that's why, as I said, you cannot analyze the screen because it's gonna change. It's always gonna change. So of course that jump looked impossible in the beginning, because it was impossible. God damn it. So do I bait this from behind? No, you bait it from here. I'm still not sure. Is this jump doable? Can you really jump this? Well, I assume you can, but... Okay, maybe what you're expected to do is not jump here, but jump to the right. Like, before this spike settles here, you should jump. Is that... Because I don't think this jump is doable. I don't think I can go from here to here. It personally doesn't look doable to me, but... Wow, it is doable! Damn, and I almost got it. I mean, I got it, but I fucked up there because I did not expect to get it, so it's possible. That looked pretty hard. I might have gotten it on the first try, but it was pretty hard. Damn it. Well, I could also try going to that save there. I don't know what actually it will give me quite an advantage there. Assuming that the landscape doesn't change, it will actually be an advantage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the save on the middle of the screen. I mean, that jump is definitely doable. So unless there is a trap, I definitely can get into that save. And as long as I don't fuck it up, I also can get into that save. Alright, well, I didn't look bad. Hopefully that wasn't a mistake, but I don't think it was. Though now I wonder, maybe it wasn't, like, this jump that I did before maybe was an actual shortcut. Unless there was a trap here that doesn't allow you to continue or some shit like that, but probably not. So I did a shortcut without knowing. That's pretty interesting. Pretty nice. Alright, that will have probably been what happened anyways. Alright, so I will have been killed regardless. So at least that's good to know. So you cannot go to the left, so you go to the right instead. Whoa, this jump is you have to bob your head. But I wonder where you want me to go there. I mean, it's clear that I cannot go to the right here. So it has to be this. It has to be that way. It has to be this way. Because, yeah, you can go there, so you have to do it like this. Though that jump looks... It looks hard. Doesn't look that bad considering that it's the second jump in the checkpoint. It could be worse. Imagine if it was the last jump. Well, when I say the second, I mean the second challenging jump. Oh, I almost got it there. Almost. And after that, I don't know if I should drop myself where those two spikes are. Well, actually, if I don't do that, I don't know if I can go to the right. So I want to try that. Though it's weird that it doesn't actually make me press that switch now. I guess there's gonna be another switch that changes this or something like that. I don't know. There we go. This is a penalty area? Fuck you! What the fuck? That's a penalty. Alright. That's how it's gonna be. You're a sorry ass basic bitch. Danmaku doesn't surprise me, you know. Oh, but that surprises me. Oh, you have to be shitting me. Now, wait, this is another penalty area. Wait, what are you doing here? Oh, the penalty areas are random? Well, they look random. I thought that they were static or some shit like that. Okay, they are random. Sadly, that means that Damn, you make me go back a save? That's a bitch move. That's definitely a bitch move. Fuck you. Hey Clone Cat, how is it going? Yeah, you get the Imperial March every time you fall into... Or well, you either fall into a place that you shouldn't fall, or the game just decides that you did something that you shouldn't have done. That's pretty much... Well, at least in this area. Hasn't happened in other areas. But yeah, you get some kind of Danmaku to dodge. That is pretty basic, so it's not an issue. But in this case, it made me go back a save. Because again, it's a bitch-made thing to do. So it's perfect for the game. I really wonder if I can go to the right from here. Probably not, but whatever. Most likely not. Alright, well, at least we got to the second save again. But there is still the issue that I don't know where to go, because apparently that's a penalty. If you go here, it's a penalty. But I'm pretty sure that if you go here, it's also gonna be a penalty. And I don't even know if this jump is even doable in the first place. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, you cannot go... Oh, maybe you're just supposed to jump really fast. Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. Damn. What an asshole. They are supposed to just jump really fast. Okay, whoa, alright. I mean, I knew that was gonna happen, but shit. I thought that the gravity would be flipped, not the whole fucking screen, you know? Alright. I wonder if this is a state kind of thing, or... Okay, thankfully it happens. It saves the reverse gravity. Sick move, thanks. No, wait. It says bomb. I won't fall for that shit. It says bomb right there. I mean, I might be a dumbass, but not that much of a dumbass. I mean, you can't fool me twice, is what I'm trying to say. Get station. Extra bomb, I know, right? You should get it. Now, here is the problem, right? How do I know if the proper exit is this one or it's this one? How do I know? It's impossible to know. Like, I will assume that I have to go here, right? But what happens if the exit is this one and this is a penalty zone? Then again, it's not like I will have to redo too many things, but it's impossible to know. Like, you have no indicator. Well, considering that it's harder to fall here, I will assume that this is the exit. But you never know. Something that I have to learn is that when the screen gets reversed, it doesn't immediately reverses. So it's not bitch made like Seisha. You actually have you actually have time to react. Shoot it for secret? Yeah, sure. Sure I will. Sure I will shoot that. And again, you never know with this game. That might be the almighty reverse trap. It's something that you think it's a trap, but it's actually something good. But then again, I don't trust it. And even if it's a secret, I don't want to risk it for a fucking secret. I mean, I'm pretty sure I already missed more than one secret in this game, so... yeah, fuck that shit. Okay, finally. Well, you can still go back, but I don't want to go back because if I fall there, I'm gonna go into the punishment zone and I'm gonna reset the save. Yeah, reverse trap, but not in the way you think, you fucking pervert. Okay, this shuriken is an interesting shuriken. I'm pretty sure that jump is doable, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, I have to do shorter jumps for those two spikes that are right there. So I'm gonna bob my head otherwise. Like that. Still looks hard to do. I don't like that sign right there, that I probably have to read and I won't be able to. So this constantly switches back and forth. I think I fucked up. Oh, okay, you can reclaim your double jump after the switch. Oh, and fuck you. What a bitch. I'm pretty sure that landing here is gonna kill me. Yeah, slow trap. I wasn't even looking there. I was looking at the jumps that I was about to do. I wasn't looking down there. This reminds me of that one Mega Man 8 level. Mega Man 8's 8 level. Yeah, thankfully I didn't play that game, so I wouldn't know. Ah, almost. Right on the tip. Yeah, I really feel like when I get here, if I try to land here, something bad's gonna happen. But you never know, it could be a reverse trap, it could be anything, honestly. When the game fools you so well, you never know what to expect. Like Mega Man, it's 8 a lot. Yeah, I know that there are some people that do like the Mega Man 8 games after 5. Can't say I'm one of them, definitely. Not like I try them either. I mean, I tried it 6 and I hated it. I don't know about it 7 and it's 8, but I know that they are supposed to be 3D, right? That's already a big turn off for me. I mean, when it comes to Mega Man, I always think about platforming. So, you know, it's 8 is 2D with 3D graphics. Oh, so the one that is in 3D is set 7? Because I remember there being a Mega Man game where you are using it and it plays on a 3D perspective. Is that Mega Man 7? It is at 7. Well, maybe I could try it 8. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, there is a problem here. The problem is that I keep failing this fucking jump. That's the problem. Okay, thanks. Wait, I was supposed to do it here. Wow, really? That one is the one that is gonna kill you. That one and not another spike. That one in particular. Okay. Alright. I wonder if 1999 will be on Steam or not. I don't know. I mean, if it was developed by Psycho, probably. I mean, otherwise, why the fuck will they put Strikers on Steam? Like, nobody even, like, they barely even know that game exists. So if they put those, I don't see why they wouldn't put 1999. Better experience playing the arcade version. Always sailing the 7 seas, huh? You know, I kinda expected something fucked up down there, because you can actually do that section without bouncing back. So I was like, damn, the game is giving you a second opportunity. Well, no, game doesn't give you second opportunities here. But, you know, just remind me that it's gonna release tomorrow. If they didn't fix lag, I'll probably go play arcade version. But if the arcade version also has lag, what's the fucking point? might as well play it on Steam, right? That shump is so lovely. I'm so glad that this shump is here. I really like the fact that that shump is there. I really appreciate it. Really brings me joy. It definitely makes this screen beautiful. If it wasn't for that shump, I don't know what I will do. It's such a majestic shump. Calm down. Shoot 'em up parts can nullify internal game lag. Yeah, but that's like a third-party thing and I don't know. Dude, right at the tip. I don't get it. How the fuck did I do this before? Like, what was the difference? I feel like I'm doing the same shit every time, but it's pretty clear that I'm not, because if I was, I wouldn't be dying like a dumbass. I don't get that, Sham. What you want me to do? I don't understand, dude. I mean, even if I do a short jump on the double jump, I mean, the ceiling is right there, so I can barely avoid bopping my head against the ceiling. Oh, man, fuck these jumps, dude. Fuck Needle too. I can't believe it. I can't believe Needle. Fuck Needle. Fuck Needle with a needle. Alright, well that won't work, even though I feel like it was the exact same as any other. But sure, that won't work. So is this a bad idea? Well, I'm still not dead. Though I think it's a bad idea. A little bit to the right. That was my bad. The only thing I need to do for those games is just... Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude, but... If you can reduce lag, that's great. That's a thumbs up for me, from me, I mean. Emulation. Oh. So you were talking about bakery. My bad. Yeah, I was almost getting excited to do bakery. I guess not. I'm not into bakery. Yeah, I'm also not into bakery. I mean, I'm not into cooking of any type. So, you know, bakery is not an exception. You know, bakery... You know, bakery will be way better if you didn't have to wait. That's the big issue with cooking and all of that shit. The fact that it wastes time. If you could do it like this... Well, if you could do it like that, it probably wouldn't be called cooking, it would be called something else. But it fucking sucks. Well, if you like it, obviously you're not gonna feel like you're wasting time. But if you gotta do it by necessity, it's fucking trash. I guess I should try, because I never tried them. And again, call me a weeb, not like I'm not used to it by now. But I kinda wanna try instant noodles. And no, not because they are supposed to be Japanese, but if they are actually instant, I mean, that's great. Don't have to do shit. That will be great. I don't know how instant they are. And I'm doing the same thing every single time, and it works whenever the fuck it wants. What the fuck is wrong with this shitty ass champ? It worked there. Fuck you. You never had ghetto ramen? No. I never had ramen either. I mean, the closest to that I had is spaghetti, but you know, it's a different thing, I guess. I think filing that champs makes me more upset than filing the one at the top, because at least the one at the top is hard. The one that I'm failing right there at the end is not even hard. Wow, and now I'm dying to that one, alright. Nice. Love it when that happens. But yeah, I never had ramen. I mean, Asian food is not popular here. Well, I mean, sushi is the only thing that comes close, but that's mostly because it's considered an exotic kind of food, not because it's, you know. Yeah, Asian things are not that popular here as far as I know. Well, then again, we are literally in the opposite side of the world. Keep eating sushi from the Chinese restaurant. Well, we are in quarantine, so I cannot do that, sadly. Yeah, there was a Chinese restaurant, ironically enough, that sold sushi. Yeah, I know, it's a little bit ironic, but it actually was like that. Well, it sold a lot of other things too that were not Chinese by themselves. But yeah, as I said, you know, as I mentioned multiple times in the stream, my country is usually a mixture between Italy and Spain. So when it comes to food, we usually, like, the most common types of food are Italian based food. So yeah, when it comes to Asian things, it's not really that common, unless, you know, your family has Asian heritage. But it's usually all about Italian related cuisine, or whatever the fuck that word is pronounced. So yeah, it's pretty normal for Italian food to be common food here. There's also a lot of food that is was invented here, but you know, usually those that were quote-unquote invented here, they also have their roots in Italian techniques or you know, things like that. You know, heritage, pretty much. There we go. So, the real question is, can I fucking do this jump, or am I gonna keep getting fucked? Cause I don't know, honestly. Alright, now the question is, if I go right, am I gonna get punished because I didn't read that trash? Okay, I didn't. Nice. Alright. I don't know. You will be Italian, I prefer. Man. Aldo doing sister chokes. Unbelievable. Doing sister chokes still. He hasn't gotten bored of it. Sister chokes. Oh, if you die in the penalty area, it switches to a different penalty. Damn. I really wanted to clear that purple one though. It looked pretty interesting. Well, at least the checkpoint is right here. So basically, the middle one... Oh, actually, which one of the middle ones? This one, right? Fuck. I think it was that one, the fourth one. I mean the fifth one. Let me check just in case. No, it was that one, alright. Get on. I don't like those spikes at the top of the screen. Oh. Ain't that beautiful? Jesus Christ. Alright. That looks a little bit intense, I gotta say. A little bit. Can you even do that? It doesn't look doable. I'm pretty sure it is. It really does not look doable to me. Maybe you're supposed to not land there, just avoid landing. Maybe, I don't know. Damn it. Wow, I completely fucked up there. Oh, maybe what I'm supposed to do there is to stay jump over this one. What do you mean by jump over this one? Yeah, I know. I just failed the jump. I think it's a better idea to... No, it's not a good idea to let it drop. Okay, so you gotta do that before... you gotta go to the other spike before the whole thing drops. That looks a little bit hard. I did it once. I don't know why. I mean, well, no, I did it twice. How the fuck did I do it twice? Because now I'm struggling like crazy. Man, I think I have to watch the VOD to see what the fuck I did. Okay, I did that. Alright. The problem is that you cannot skip this. Unless I go straight to the right. Can you do that jump? Or I'm gonna try something, just to see if my theory is correct. Probably not. So here. Oh! Well, that works. Now, I'm not gonna read this shit, because I wanna understand it, but I also know where the fuck to go. So I'm gonna go down. Alright, you need to go up then. I'm not gonna read that because it's useless. You don't understand what is there. Well, I'm gonna go up then. At least I know how to do this now. Oh, you meant what I just did, I see. Alright. Well, thanks. I thought you mean the one in the middle. Ah, too slow? Fuck you. Well, if that's the only difficulty of this area, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. So I go up. Alright. Sure. I don't mind. Wow, 2 diagonals in a row. Like literally one after the other. They could. Alright. That works. That doesn't, however. Nice. Hey, at least these 2 diagonals in a row are right there. Like, they are like the first hard jump. Okay, so you're supposed to bait that out. How are you supposed to continue after something like that? How are you supposed to continue after that? You know, here is the problem. You know what that means? That means that you have to do this shit. You have to do those diagonals 4 times in a row. You know that? 4 times in a row? Don't you think that doing 4 diagonals like that in a row might be a little bit too excessive? Maybe. At least you have time to run away. No, I don't think it's pixel perfect. No, it's definitely not pixel perfect. But, you know. Wow. 3, not 4. What you mean 3? It's 4. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. What you mean not 4, stoner? Well, actually it's worse than that. Wait a second, I thought it was 4. It's 6. That you're right. I don't know why I didn't count the fact that you have to go back too. It's 6 diagonals in a row. And the worst part is that it's not that I can apply the yummy strategy about holding jump here. Because you have to double jump. And if I hold the double jump... Well, you can hold the double jump, I guess. But I don't think that's a good idea. Well, might be a good idea, I guess. Maybe not. Okay, maybe yes. Maybe holding the double jump might not be that bad. Wow, but it barely lets you run away. You have to do it really, really fast. Yeah, it's Champas too. Maybe 8. Nah, I don't think. Well, it depends. It really depends. It could be 8 for all we know. Now, the problem with that is that it basically means that the strategy of holding the double jump doesn't work, because you have to do that jump as fast as possible, because otherwise you're gonna get caught in the explosion. Well. Like, doing that and doing it fast, that's the issue. Doing this already is a pain in the ass, but you want me to do it fast? Man. In fact, you know, this looks like it's flipping the bird. This platform here is like it's flipping me the bird. And I mean, it's doing a pretty good job at flipping me the bird. I wanna practice. If I fall here, okay, I can just walk left. I don't need to worry about jumping or any of that bullshit. I can just walk straight left. As long as I can get past those fucking corner jumps. Okay, that works. Obviously saving isn't gonna do shit. But yeah, you gotta do it again, bro. You gotta do that shit again. 6 times in a row. You gotta successfully do 6 corner jumps in a row. Sorry, not corner jumps, diagonals. Sorry, it's pretty easy to mix them up because both look like corners. It's just that this one is different. Yeah, sorry, diagonal, my bad. Didn't mean to mix them up. Well, you know, this looks pretty good to leave it for another stream. That's what this looks good for. So I think there is no fucking way I'm gonna do this right now. I mean, after the amount of shit that I did platforming wise today, this feels like it's a pretty good place to stop. I really want to at least get this screen. I mean, I'm pretty sure that after that there's gonna be some other trap in some other place. But, you know, it doesn't feel that hard to do. But I think it's gonna be better for my mental health to leave this for tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Because I'm just gonna go insane. I didn't mean to quit the game like that. I meant to go to the main menu and press exit, but hey, it's the same shit. So who gives a shit? Well, is it the same shit? Now You're gonna make me check it out. Fuck. You're gonna make me check it out, because you never know. You really never know. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not convinced until I see that the save is there. Is it there? Alright, it is there. That's fine. That's all that matters. Good shit. Sorry, sometimes I'm a little bit paranoid. I mean, I'm paranoid because this game has a save data folder, right? That apparently has the save data. And the issue is that it didn't change the date of modification, right? So I'm like, did you save or did you not? But yeah, it's saved. Sorry, I'm a little bit paranoid with that because I already lost on stream an important save that I don't want to happen again. So at least I want to end the stream being, being sure that I didn't miss anything. I mean that I didn't lose any progress is what I'm trying to say, because losing progress is fucking trash. Especially if it's progress that took a long time to do. So, play 100 on fun games and I never had a single one, lost my progress. No, the one that I was talking about was a Toho fun game, not an I Wanna Be the Guy fun game. You know, you were here against Sokyo no Naso, right? So yeah, that thing. Anyways, let's go to this guy. So I'm gonna keep playing this tomorrow and see what else we got. So thanks everyone a lot for watching. Yeah, that was hilarious and fucked up. But yeah, ever since that happened, I don't trust saves anymore, so I want to make sure it's there. So yeah, have a good one everyone, and take care.